You guys.
Okay. Hello, can you listen to us?
Yes, yes, yes. Now I can.
Oh, great.
Yep.
Hi, nice to
I.
meet you.
How's everything going, guys?
Okay, great. Mhm. So, hello, Harshit Agarwal. Thank you for joining us today. We are students at the Universidad Nacional Mayor de San Marcos, as you can see in the picture
Yep.
behind us. So, currently taking the Administration of Operations course. Before we begin with the questions, let us introduce ourselves briefly to break the ice
Mhm.
and create a friendly environment for this interview.
Sure, sure,
And
sure. Yeah, perfect.
we truly appreciate your time and willingness to share your insights and experience with us. So, hi, I am Eva, and I am a student from Arequipa, Peru. Mhm.
Mhm.
Someday I would like to study abroad, like you.
No, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. So please.
Nice.
Yes, hello, Hershey. I'm Daniela. It's nice to meet you, and thank you for accepting that interview.
Yeah, I can quickly introduce myself as well. So my name is Harshit. So I did my bachelor's back in India. Worked there for around 2 years in supply chain. Then came to Northeastern University, which is in Boston, US. Then completed my master's in engineering management with specialization in supply chain management. And then joined Tesla as an intern first, and then joined back as a full-time employee. So yeah.
Um, yeah, that sounds really interesting. Okay. So, well, as you mentioned, um, what motivates you to specialize in supply chain and operations?
Yeah, I think the motivation would be, if you see supply chain, it's like a big domain. It starts from like pre-sourcing to logistics to like inventory and still getting the material out to end customer. So there are like 10,000 moving pieces of processes that go in parallel, and there are like always a lot of new issues coming in here and there in the process, and it's always like either time critical or like process critical. So you are always like on your feet to either solve that problem or to make sure that you can have like a good long term solution to it. So it's always exciting to be in supply chain, especially right now with a lot of geopolitical changes going on, lot of new custom practices going on, like duties and everything. So it's you need to be like know about how the things are going around in each of those industry, and based off that adapt yourself in terms of both strategies and like how you want to develop yourself.
Thank you very much for your response. So, how did your academic background and early roles contribute to your current success?
So I'm a mechanical engineer. So that helped me like understand, if I talk about like the automobile side of supply chain, it helps like understand manufacturing processes, how you do a cost, like a should cost, how you do a logistics system, how you want to set it up. So like the technical aspect of it, like the supply chain when it comes to manufacturing is covered with my mechanical degree. And with masters, it helps me like understand like the financial side of supply chain, operational side of supply chain, cross functioning communication, project management skills. So like this helped from my masters.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
So, I will ask to one of my classmates to continue with the questions.
Yeah, sure, sure.
Yes, from your experience, automating process and dashboards, what impact did these tools have on operational efficiency?
So how it has, for example, if I talk about consumables. Like if you know consumables as a branch, as a commodity, like these are like screws and nuts that goes in manufacturing. So there is always question on how much it has been used, if it's like overused or underused. Having those live dashboards helps like check and place in terms of costs and how much it should be used. Like having those real time knowledge about how it is impacting your purchase order helps take those business decisions, and based off that also helps you like cost cutting, where you can optimize your process. Is there anything that you can leverage from your suppliers? So having those live dashboards both in terms of spent as well as like what's happening in the industry. Like example, if you are buying aluminium, you should know like what is the aluminium cost on board, like London exchange, then Europe exchange, like different exchanges, so that you can like negotiate better from your suppliers.
Mm.
So currently I am like sourcing manager. So as a sourcing manager, I work with like the logistics team, which is one of this those seven. I work with like planning team. I work with engineering. I work with finance. So currently my major roles defines sourcing, which starts from like pre-sourcing to making sure the right material is sourced to the right cost and it gets delivered right on time. I work with logistics teams very limited when on a need based basis, or if I need to get like an X material from China to India or from somewhere else, then I take support from the logistics team because they are the SMEs on like which carrier to use, which packaging to use. So my major like forte comes with sourcing. Mm. So what projects can help you would be first like related to dashboards. Uh, First would be. Second, I would say different model of costing, like how to create a should cost model, like what are the different parameters that goes into, for example, if you want just to buy a simple cup, like a tea cup or a coffee mug, what are the different cost or the manufacturing processes that goes in making that cup. So having knowledge of that, I think that really helps. And I would say in terms of project like data optimization process, how well you understand like the whole end-to-end supply chain processes, I think that should help you. I think courses I that really helped me was one course I remember was related to sourcing and procurement, which my university taught me. That was really interesting. Other was logistics. I think logistics is one branch of supply chain which is like increasing every day and now because of the geopolitical issues, and sometimes the Suez Canal gets closed, sometimes there is other issues. So I think logistic is one domain in the whole picture which I think in terms of scope will increase in coming like 5 to 10 years. Correct. Right. I think first would be getting the basics right. Like what are the basic things in the whole process of supply chain. Like what are the small processes, what are the parameters that goes into that small processes, understanding, having a good basic understanding of that, and first understanding where you want to see yourself. You want to go into logistics, or you want to go into sourcing, you want to go into planning, you want to go into like project management. Like first understanding what is your forte and what you enjoy more versus other, because each can have transferable skills, but each has different technical skills. Like sourcing is negotiation heavy versus logistics is more on the analytical side. So understanding like where your forte lies, and then based off that choosing your subjects, getting a good knowledge of that. And I think in supply chain, practical experience, personally I feel, is most important rather than projects or like the theoretical knowledge. It helps you get the interview, but as much as you can get like the practical experience, that will definitely help you like go ahead in your career. I can definitely provide something. I don't have it at the top of my mind, but I have to like find it and share with you guys. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I wanted to understand like what is your understanding of like each of you guys understanding of like what is supply chain, or which stream of supply chain like you are more interested. No, like what is your understanding? Like what is supply chain for you guys? Like what it means, like how you see yourself growing in supply chain. Oh, mm, mhm. Oh, important. Uh, correct, correct, correct.
Yeah, of course. Well, in my case, I think that I'm still um, learning just many aspects about training management and to take decision to of what you like to have a specialization.
Mhm,
But I think that I prefer logistics
mhm,
because I read some information about it and I noticed that is really useful nowadays.
mhm.
Of course, as my classmate mentioned, um, in some weeks ago, Shanghai port is like a big achievement for our country.
Mhm.
So, um, as a vision I have is to work there.
Correct,
So I think that's a key point to take a specialization about it. Mhm.
correct, correct.
Yeah.
I understand a little bit of Spanish.
Ok. Bueno, respecto de la carrera de logística que quiero hacer más adelante, pues como mencionó mis compañeras, somos muy interesadas en lo que es el puerto de Chancay, que es el puerto que se está abriendo acá en Perú, el cual va a abrir muchas puertas laborales a mucha gente. Y creo que una de las metas que tengo es esa, ¿no? Enfocarme bastante en la logística y, y como mencionaron, ver qué curso se podría tomar, ver qué cosa puede aportar a mí para poder lograr este objetivo.
That I got. Mhm. I think one suggestion would be learn about like customs and duties. Like, for example, if you import like a metal or a aluminum from China to your country, like what are the different duties versus if you import from America or Canada or like rest of the world. I think that knowledge always helps as a logistics because you should know like from which country you can import at a less taxation versus others. And secondly, logistics is very paper like heavy, like documentation is a lot, custom papers, uh, like travel papers, like there are a lot of paperwork that goes into like from getting it from any country. So knowing about that, what each paper or like which article entails what, and understanding like how your country relations are with different countries, understanding like the whole geographical scope of it. Uh, uh, just one more thing, like what inspired you guys? Like why supply chain? Why not like other domains, data, software? Like why you want to go into supply chain? Cool. Correct. Yeah. No, makes sense. I think finance always help in supply chain. I think having a strong background in finance will always help you like go ahead and like supply chain as a profession.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, in my case, I think that many aspects in my life has an influence to take the decision of maybe a specialization. Sorry, take an specialization more in supply chain,
Mhm.
and it was like I think it started when I read something like a business plan. Um, I think the part that interested to me the most it was the supply chain management part. So I think that's why I would like to learn more about it.
Mhm.
Uh, have some experience, maybe in some internships, and yeah, mhm,
Nice. Nice.
that's it. Mhm.
¿Por qué elegí logística, verdad? Bueno, la verdad es algo que recién hemos elegido porque estamos en el sexto semestre en el sexto ciclo de nuestra carrera, y a partir de ello recién podemos elegir los que son las especialidades, ¿no? Y en este caso, bueno, yo elegí logística porque me llamó mucho la atención el hecho de que se pueda planificar, gestionar y optimizar tantos procesos dentro de una cadena de suministros, lo cual creo que es algo muy esencial para poder llevar a cabo en una empresa, ¿no? Y bueno, eso es lo que me gustó.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah. I think on a lighter note, how I can visit Peru, I want to visit.
Mhm.
Mm, uh-huh.
Mhm.
Nice. Okay. Nice.
Yeah, and obviously the people as well. Mhm. Yeah. I think its culture is really interesting. Um, has curious diversity.
Nice. No, I will definitely plan a visit next week, next year.
Yeah, I hope we can visit us.
I will ping you guys if I need any knowledge. Sure. Correct. Yeah. Well, yeah.
Me
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. Let me know. It's near my city, like where the seventh wonder is. It's like near my place. So yeah, let me know.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, well, in my case, maybe I would like to know about your experience at Tesla because it's one of the points I read in your LinkedIn profile that well interest me.
Yep.
Um,
So yeah. So like I started there as an intern. Like there is an internship program that runs in Tesla. So I interned there for 8 months. There I was working on with the capex team. Capex is like capital expenditure team. What is capex is like heavy equipments which helps make those part out, like the CNC machines, like the conveyor belts, everything that is used like over a period of 10-15 years, which helps churn out those car is like capex. I was doing sourcing that. I was like I am always have been a sourcing person rather than logistics. So I've been doing sourcing from last 4 to 5 years now. And similarly, I was working on a scope of around 100 million. So we are all category managers in Tesla. So I was working there for like sell team, then consumable part of the business, safety, tooling. So we used to work like on 5 to 6 different commodities, and we are like the owners of those commodities. It's us which supplier we want to work with, which program we want to work with. We have to like manage our end-to-end program. If we can't blame anybody, we are the owner of our own programs, own projects. We have to run it the way we want. Obviously, it should make sense. We can't just go rogue. We have it should make sense, like based on SOP's date, financially, and everything. And yeah, we have to own our own program. If there is any delay, you are the culprit. If it's good, if it's on you. If it's bad, it's still on you. So you have to make sure that you work proactively with all those stakeholders and make sure that everything remains on time. So it's a chaotic word, but yeah, it's always firefighting every day.
Oh, thank you very much for sharing with us your experience and your insights about your Tesla experiences.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. No problem. No problem. Sure, sure, sure. Yeah. I don't know how bad I am looking, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I will send the picture. So 3, 2, 1. Okay, that's it.
Yeah.
I
Thank
got
you,
it.
guys. Yeah. Yeah. No problem. Yeah. No problem. Yep. No problem. Yeah. Perfect. Thank you, guys. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Mm, yeah. Bye.
Let's keep in touch.
Yeah.